Hello everybody, welcome back to Wargroove. So, we're going on to the end of the first act, Lord of the Dead. With Cherrystone overwhelmed, Mercia must get her people to safety. And if you remember, at the end of the last mission we saw Valder rolling up with a whole legion of undead, which probably doesn't bode well for us, hence why Cherrystone is overwhelmed. So, let's get into it, shall we? I love Valder's theme as well, it's probably my favourite. At least of the original cast. So we meet at last, Queen Mercia of Cherrystone.
My queen.
My queen, that's Valder, Lord of the Felheim Legion, Master of the Fell Gauntlet.
Valder!
That's Valder? Oh no, what the hell did you think it was? Does he not look like a villain? Ragnar has power, but lacks discipline. I fall short on neither. This is a battle we cannot win. So we retreat, but where do we go? The Gloomwoods, it's our only option. Oops, that was in Mercy's voice. The Gloomwoods? But... does the Queen of Cherrystone give up her throne so easily? It's okay, Caesar.
Let's go!
Let's start the... God damn it, how am I getting him so confused? Whatever. Let's start the retreat. We have no choice.
Huh?
As word spread, does everyone know we're leaving? They do. The citizenry is already on the move. They're coming via the Rest Road, but the Felheim Legion isn't far behind. We have to get them out of here, fast. Indeed, we had best use the wagon to ferry them toward our stronghold. Vehicles like these cover a lot of ground on roads especially. They're the fastest way to reach the front line. I suggest you climb into this one yourself and then order it out towards the villages. Yeah, gotta have our tutorial on transport units. Now you can move the wagon south, close to the location of the villages. The wagon can only hold one unit at a time, and villages count as a unit. I love that I need to clarify that. When you arrive, exit the wagon using drop so that the villagers can climb aboard. Meow. Okay, I made it. I'd better get these villagers into the wagon.
Yes.
Yes, you can drop them off near our barracks. Now I'm here, I can look out for enemy troops. Yes, and with the wagon near the barracks you're able to ferry more units to your side. Alternate the use of the wagon to transport your troops to battle and the villagers to safety. I will. Thank you, Emmerich. Yeah, thank you, Emmerich. It's weird to have a ground transport unit in this game, considering there's no need for, like, supplies. Because obviously, in Advance Wars, yes, I talk about Advance Wars again, what a surprise. In Advance Wars, there's an APC, which is your ground transport unit, but it also auto-refills your units. But obviously, this is a fantasy setting. There is no fuel, and there is no ammo, so it feels a little off to have that. But we'll get pikemen are good defensive units, so we'll start producing one of them. Bum, 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 bum. The Felheim Legion. I have to protect the villagers. What if we lose one of the groups? Go. As commander, you're strong enough to handle this first wave on your own. I'm just going to wait in the forest. And the village is over. They'll be able to start moving out on their own. Best to check the range on that thing. Yeah, okay, it's not that far. I'm gonna move him up to here. Want to be in a position to be able to strike. Meanwhile, this side without a commander will need some reinforcements, so we'll send that pikeman up there. A ranger can go over there as well, and that should be able to hold off whatever comes that way. At least for a minute. Oops, I did not mean to do that. That's not going to do much damage. What, about a quarter? 30%, okay, I did more than I thought. And there they are. Oh, I half expected we get a voice line. Oh, we have groove charge, so we're going to have our groove tutorial in this mission as well. Very nice. Fun fact I learned about buildings, by the way, they don't scale, their damage doesn't scale with their lost health. I was just doing some perusing on the wiki for something else, for another project, unrelated. And I learned that, I thought that was quite cool. It's one of the reasons they're so tough to crack, because you can't just poke at them with one big attack and then like finish them off with a bunch of little ones. Start moving. Form a blockade. Send the ranger over. Get another pikeman, and let's see, this can move to here, and they can load up adjacently. So what I want to do is position the wagon one tile off. Yeah, there we go.
My queen.
We've got more villagers to free. Why are they so aggro on the buildings, man? Especially as just a basic swordsman. There's no way the other one gets around to hit it as well, because my units are in the way, so it's not actually going to do that much. There shouldn't be that favourable a trade for them, yeah. Knight's very good against just basic infantry. Whew. Okay. We don't want to let the spearmen get near our horse, because as anyone who's studied any little bit of military tactics can tell you, a spear is a great way to kill a horse. Now this thing's low, I'm not worried about him. I'm going to go in and start swinging at the spearmen.
Brace yourself.
This way I should be able to isolate them and prevent them from getting a crit as well. And now we see where my plan was coming in with this. So the spearman can move all the way there, we maximise its movement. Excuse me. Oh, that was very rude, excuse me. We maximise its movement into the transport. That way we can then fully move him to where we need him to go. Likewise we can do the same for the villager, so the villager can get here, so where we want to drop off is probably over here. That way they'll be able to get into the transport. That way you can maximise movement. I wish we had more than one barracks. Producing out of just one is very annoying. I don't think we need another. I'll send another pikeman. Getting some support for Mercia down here is good. Now I could go in here. I think I will because of the other pikeman being able to get in range to crit. Move him up, and there we go. Very favourable attack for us. And the swordsman will probably do a bit in retaliation, but because of our crit, we should be fine no matter what. We want us to try and stay off the roads if we know we're going to get hit, because roads have no defense. You can see in the bottom right, but also if I do this, roads have no defense. They're best for getting wheels, but plains, they cost more for wheels to move over, and they have one defense. Yeah, the movement types in this game, it's one of those little things. Like, I like things like that. I know obviously again it's a staple of the genre, but it's just nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, for a second I thought I'd cocked that royally. Yeah, this won't be bad for us. If it was a crit it would be a bit more scary, but because it's not a crit we can just use Mercia to soften these guys up. And yeah, the swordsmen do bugger all. We do want to make sure Mercia isn't in there alone by herself for a while, that's why I'm bringing pikemen down to it. And yeah, like I said, swordsmen do retaliate a bit, but not too badly. And yeah, this guy does nothing. But he has damaged all of our units, which means they're just a little bit less potent. Very annoying. I mean, I get it, he's Lord of the Dead, he can just throw his units wherever he wants, but this does seem very suicidal by the AI. Ah, what they've done down there is a good play though. Mercia is currently trapped. Oh, her groove's charged. Either that or they just set her on fire. No, this will be the groove tutorial. Here it comes. I feel, I don't know, fired up. I already made that joke. Go away. It's my joke. You can't steal it.
My queen.
It's your groove, Queen Mercia. You have charged it for the very first time. Grooves are a gift. Commanders like you and I charge them as we battle. You must use your groove to benefit your forces. I want to use it to heal them. Focus your energy and cast a healing aura. It will restore some measure of health to you and any nearby friends and allies.
A tactical advantage.
When used at the right time, this ability will turn the tide of battle. Yep. So, say, to continue the many Advanced Wars comparisons, it's a CO power. That's what this is. We want to save it for a moment because obviously you don't really know it's the first time you play, but this isn't the first time we play. Mercia's power restores 50% health to everything in range, including herself, so she can take a bit more punishment. Obviously we don't want to leave her out there for too long, but for now it is more worth it to just use her to finish this off. Keep holding this line.
I won't fail.
We're going to want to slowly move back towards this village as we go, so that our pikemen can be in a good defensive formation around it. See, like that. And likewise this guy moves here, so we want to move... Yeah, because we've got the villager to unload as well, we can't make full use of the movement tactics, but it's okay. Let's get this one out first.
Very well.
Well done, Queen Mercia. The first of the villagers have made it safely to the pass. Keep going. Aye aye, Captain. No. What we'll do, I won't use it fully, I'll just go here. That way we can still actually get him in, but the villager isn't just left at a very poor point. So we'll just do that. Now I know what I said about not going on roads. No, it's bad in this situation. Them getting the first strike is rough. I think what I do here, because ideally, yeah, they're going to get to him. Ideally, I don't want them to attack the weakened unit, but I don't think a full health swordsman can kill. Well, no, we know it can't because this was the one that got hit by a full health swordsman. So it will take roughly that damage again, and then he can't get to it as well. So what we do, we let them hit that one. We know it's going to move him into the forest. Move this guy here, and these guys can just be a sort of spearhead around the ranger. Now, what do we build? I think another knight at this point is probably useful. Something that can move fast independently of the wagon. More villagers. We'll keep you safe. Do not trust her. She lies. I'm just kidding, she doesn't lie. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. He's nearly dead. But he still hits pretty hard. A quarter damage when he's on like a quarter health himself is not bad. See, this is why we wanted to retreat. Getting pikemen in a good formation for knights is pretty helpful. Okay, this time I'm going to start the villager moving up by himself. So next time he can move there, which means we're going to drop this pikeman off here, so he's a little bit closer to the front line. So we're going to form up with the pikeman. I'll leave Mercia here on the road, because even though I don't want units on the road, this will make her a juicy target for like the cavalry to attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, shit. So she's going to take a lot of damage there, but I don't think these can reach her. Yeah, so she's only going to take a hit from the cavalry, and even though cavalry hits hard, it doesn't hit hard enough to do that. So we'll be able to retaliate and take them out. Cavalry comes down here. I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to try and do a bit of a hit and run. I know I'm saying that while not moving the ranger. but I want to start falling back a bit. There's no need to defend this far up. If I can defend more towards our villages where there's actually something to defend, yeah, that's good. And because these guys far away, we can outrun him pretty well. So I'll start moving the injured one back and use our non-injured ones to weaken this guy to the point it doesn't really matter what he tries to hit. Ka-ching. Also, yeah, fun fact: the damage range option that I have that shows the exact rate, like damage rolls that can happen, not actually the default setting. Like most games, there's a bit of RNG to the dice, to the rolls, as you can see. Sorry, I need to think for a second. The wagon will be coming back next turn. Perfect to load another pikeman into. Yeah, there we go. I was saying something. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. But I wanted her to be the one that gets hit because I'd rather she take the damage than one of my squishier units. This would be a fairly even trade. Even when they're not critting, they do just smack them around a bit. Nice work, Python. They've got a ranger amongst them now, that's really obnoxious. Load up. Okay. A pikeman crit against cavalry is going to do a lovely number. Won't kill, but that's alright. We want to take all of our counter attack damage now because we're gonna use Mercia's groove this time around. As you can see, we don't want to leave her on 29%. It's not good. Finish that off. Ideally, obviously, we get the units up there healed up, but I don't think that's reasonable. We just got to keep reinforcing that side until it breaks. As you can see, it's quite a big range though, so you can get a lot of units in this. It's very high value.
I'll save you all. Healing aura.
Bazing. That was amazing. Can I do that all the time? Only when you have fought enough to charge your groove fully. The charge will slowly build upon its own, but fighting and defeating enemies will accelerate the process. Therefore, if a weakened enemy is nearby, it's sensible to land the finishing blow yourself, the quicker to charge your groove. But remember, we can't afford to lose you, so don't overstretch yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Thanks, Emmerich. Yeah, because her power affects herself, she's one of the best COs, I reckon. Like, she's a very friendly CO to learn, is probably the better way to put that. Because her CO power lets her fix mistakes, especially that, like, of her own positioning, for instance. Alright, keep falling back. If I can get you back to there, I can heal you up. But it's probably in range of the archer, if I was to hazard a guess, but I don't think the swordsman is going to be able to catch up to him. Yeah. Oh no, I managed to dodge the range of both. Nice, nice. Okay, so we need a powerful unit over on this side. We'll get another cavalry and send them in. Another group of refugees, your majesty. Yeah, this mission gets kind of sketch. He did get a crit on that, I think. I think that was 6 tiles. But as you can see, when he's that low, even a crit's not going to do much. He might not have been a crit. Yeah, see, a knight to bash its head right into our shield wall. Shield wall? Spear wall. Do we drop off here? Nah, we'll do the same trick we did last time. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it was the first mountain is what I worked out to. Yeah, this basically shows my strategy for everything. I love pikemen, spearmen. They're probably my favourite unit. They're just so simple, they're nice defensive infantry, and I've always preferred a more defensive playstyle. so they suit me very well. Get down there. As I say, we don't want to try and stay off the roads. Mercia is the only one allowed to be on the roads, really. Keep falling back. Reinforce this unit and get him back up to speed. We could attack, but as I say, we'd prefer to just defend. I keep just skirting that thing's range. Not the swordsman's range this time, though. What we want to do is try and pull the archer close enough that our knight's going to be able to run in and smack it around. To get you out of here. Start moving you up to get you out of here. And then we can't afford much this turn. Considering they don't have access to Mercia's healing, I think another pikeman for this left side is probably good. Oh yeah, Mercia herself hasn't gone anywhere. Just wait. She heals naturally herself, if you remember. There's no point in me reinforcing her. This is going to hurt though. Weakened and no crit. It's not going to do as much as we'd like, but thankfully he's not about to get picked off. Much stronger force down here this time, and lots of pikemen, which means the knights I've sent down here are not as effective. Yeah, they move free, so what we do is if we move here, the pikemen aren't going to get to us this turn, because they're slow, but they are still going to advance. The archer will wail on us a little bit, not much we can do to avoid that. I could send my horses in to take it out now, but I'd prefer to let the pikemen advance first. We can actually just about dodge out of their range of everything but one pikeman. Don't worry, his replacement is already on the way. There you go. And now we're not using this to ferry units down to the bottom, I can use it to ferry the villagers closer. Maybe not that far over. Oh, that archer's being clever with me as well. It knows what my plan is, and it's trying to pick off this weakened one. Yeah, and I can't leave my own archer exposed like that, or I'm just going to get absolutely clapped. We place our archer in the woods, so that even if the enemy archer tries to attack it, which it will, almost certainly, that doesn't matter because of the extra defense. No, I'm gonna... It's not a great trade for us. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so we can get to there. No, there's no point. I think this is still the objectively better play, I just don't like it, because it still gives... I still take a lot of damage from that. Horses, cavalry is very much glass cannon units, so... It's risky. Yeah, you can start heading back. Yeah, okay, you start heading back. We move you. Oh, you can't get there. Right, it was move you up there. Finish him off. He had like 1 health left. Move this guy in position here. That way he'll get the crit. This guy won't, but that's what we do. And then we send this guy up here. If this was a crit, I'd be happy with it. But because we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 1 tile off. If I'd stayed them back 1 more, it would have happened. But knowing the AI, they'd play around that. So this is what it is. We're going to take a lot of retaliation damage from this as well. It's not quite a quarter. Very much not quite. Only 77% left. So, you know, nearly a quarter. But that should weaken them enough to make them pretty much ineffective. And then now we can drop our unit here. Oh, that was a weird pathing that took, but alright. Considering our range is probably about to get damaged, I think another one is in order. These are the last of the refugees. Once they're safe, you must escape too. So we're basically going to be in full retreat here once we've picked up those villagers in the wagon. And yeah, like I said, I knew the archers were going to attack, but thanks to the forest cover, we actually get a pretty favourable trade. Yeah, saw that one coming as well. It's what it is. Oh, he's still going for it. I think that was definitely a crit. It was far enough over. But we do wipe him out. A storm? Well. Yeah, this weather. Valder must be near. We must hurry, though it will be harder now. Our ranged ground units won't be able to fire as far in severe weather. Huh, I didn't remember that this... Like, I knew weather was a feature, obviously. You can see it just under my hero profile. I knew weather was a feature, but I didn't realise they actually did have it impact things in a campaign mission. I genuinely did not remember weather ever being a thing in my first playthrough. I guess it probably doesn't appear very often. But yeah, basically now our ranged units, like that one I just built, have reduced range. I think it reduces it by 1. I don't remember the exact number, but as you can see, normally I'd be able to hit this ranger from here, and we know that because he did. So the fact that I can't is because of the reduced range. Like, I can still hit him, but I have to move to hit him, you see. If I want to just wait here and attack him, I can't. So our archers are pretty much useless now. You start skedaddling out. We can get this guy loaded up this turn, so we will. That's very obnoxious. I'm going to pretend you didn't see that. Very professional setup I have here. I tried to get Wargroove to record as just a game monitor, but I had to just record my screen instead because it doesn't want to work. So let's just go to finish this off. So we want to bring all units closer, so we'll form up around here. I'm not healing now. What I want to do is build another wagon. I want to be able to make sure I can get Mercia out pretty quickly. Now what to do here? Neither of these guys... Oh no, he can get a crit. Okay, we'll do this. We'll wipe this guy out. We don't want to send any of our units that are too slow forwards, as I say, apart from Mercia, because we've got a wagon in route to pick her up. But because the knights are obviously pretty speedy, I don't mind too much about that. And as you can see, again, knights very much glass cannony. Because the spearmen are the direct counter unit, even with a crit, they still take impressive counter damage. So we want to weaken them up first. Yeah, I probably should turn off my Steam notifications on the off chance one of my friends starts playing a porn game or something. As funny as that would be. Classic YouTube comedy moment right there. So we'll go in, finish that one off. Oh, not finish that one off, because he's... I'm thinking too far ahead. We'll finish this one off. No, actually finish the other one off because he's a little bit stronger and that might matter. Leave one pikeman alive, he'll do whatever. Start retreating these spearmen. Get you to hold position with these mountains. I'm pretty sure if I remember the objective right, you just have to escape with Mercia, but I like to, you know, retreat the armed forces as well. Pretend that we are in actually full retreat. There he is, and he's got his groove. Very spooky. Fleeing your kingdom. A true queen would face ruin with her head held high.
Valder!
Valder.
Your Highness!
My queen, do not engage Valder in battle. You can't defeat him, but you can save these people.
I won't let you down.
You're white. I won't let them down. I think I just said you're white, and that's I'm cancelled now. Okay, Mercia can get to here, so the wagon goes here. Mercia can GTFO. The spearmen will keep trudging back, and the knights can just leg it. One more turn for this villager. Get this wagon as far back as they can. It'll take 2 turns for the villagers to make it that far, so if I leave them in the wagon I can drop them off in 1 more turn. Oh, this guy might get got. Yeah, he might just. Yeet. Run like hell. You can wait here. Hold the line. Hold the door. His groove is on 60%, yeah, there's no way we're getting that charged up. Cool. Heal this guy up as much as we can. Swap him out with this guy. Next turn. We hold this formation. Defend the wall! Oh yeah, and we build. What am I missing? What haven't I moved? Oh, this ranger in the middle. That was probably very obvious. Oops.
Rise from your grave.
Yeah. Valder's CO power very fittingly for his lore role, as he is the necromancer and leader of all of the skelly bobs. He literally just summons a soldier. He just summons a swordsman. It can act right away, which is unlike most times when you summon a unit. So it's a pretty decent power, and it has the shortest charge time in the game. And as I say, when you're backed up by the best theme in the game, you know, probably feel like a bit of a god. 1 villager gone. 2 villager gone.
My queen.
That was the last of the villagers. Time to get yourself to safety too, Queen Mercia. I'm on my way. Here we are. Leg it. Cool, Mercia can get out next turn. That wagon was the right play. Now again, everybody else just dips as fast as humanly possible. This one pikeman is in definite trouble. Thankfully the archers can't get him, but that swordsman definitely wants a piece out of him. Cool, that's good. Considering Mercier gets out next turn, I'm not going to, move the rest of them. I just want to try and keep everything alive. For that moral victory. We might be retreating, but we want to make sure everybody gets out. Would be a fun game to do deathless. Yeah, in the Giant Grand Games style. Although to be fair, if you're doing an Advanced Wars style game deathless, I guess it's more in the Mangs style. If you haven't heard of them, which I'm sure you have, go watch those 2 YouTubers, they're great. There we go. Queen Mercia gets out, and we are all good. You've made it. Well done, my queen. The leaders of Valheim. She escaped.
Ragnar.
Ragnar. Follow them. I'll hunt them down and turn them into mincemeat.
Sigrid.
Sigrid, go with her. Make sure this gets done properly. And you? Valheim needs its master. I trust you to oversee this task. Very well. Lots of dotting. How'd I only get an A rank? I got out as fast as I possibly could. I guess I must have been too slow on delivering some of the civilians, but literally the second the objective was like, leave Mercia, I did it, so I don't want to hear it. That was close. We can't rest here, it's not safe. Can't you tell by the skull on the stick? And we can't return without reinforcements.
Huh?
Can't we just regroup? And Valder is a skilled commander, and the gauntlet he wields is an artifact of immense power. To defeat him, we'll have to destroy it. But we haven't the strength to do that alone. So what do? We need to head east to Heavensong and seek aid from Empress Tenri. Tenri, your father and the Empress were old friends. If anyone can help us, it's her. I love Caesar just having a sniff. That's a long journey.
Let's go.
But we have to try. He ain't too sure about it. I mean, again, with that skull on the stick, I wouldn't be too.
Fresh prey.
And this is where Act 2 comes in. Fresh prey. Yeah, so that's very ominous. But before we talk about any of that, I looked up, and this time our lore is about Orania as a continent. So, Orania. The continent of Orania is home to Felheim, Cherrystone, the Florin Lands, the Lost Leagues, Heavensong, and the Island of the Dragon's Cradle. It is the home of our heroes and of our heroes' foes. Welcome to Orania. Please enjoy the view. I love that. That's it. That's all you get. No, I haven't unlocked all of those. Interesting. I mean, it's the continent again takes place on. I suppose they haven't got much that they can talk about with it. So yes, that was the end of the first act. We are on the run, seeking allies in what were close contacts of Mercia's father. Over in the Heavensong. There you go. Over in Heavensong. I completely forgot their name, even though I just saw it in front of them. But before we do that, we have an obstacle in front of us, it would seem. A giant forest, and something hunting us, calling us prey. So, that doesn't sound amazing. It's just another day in the life though, isn't it, really? So anyway, yeah. This was a bit of a longer one, but I did warn you that this would be the first proper mission. You're basically left to your own devices there. It's a fun mission, that one. I do like when games sort of subvert the stereotype. Basically, I think one of Advance War's main flaws is a bit of a strong word, one of its slightly weaker points is that a lot of its missions end up basically just being kill everything or capture the HQ, which, you know, it's fine. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Most of the missions are different enough that you don't notice that the objective is exactly the same. And like with some of the ways they're played between an offense and a defense map, sometimes you don't even notice it, you know. That's fine. But Wargroove has lots of missions like that, yes, where you just defeat everything or capture the HQ. I'm not going to say it's perfect on that front, but it has other unique missions as well, like that last one. It is one of my favourites that I actually remember, but you know, if you don't remember them, it's probably not that good anyway. So it's one of my favourites that I remember just because it's unique. You've got to evacuate things across there while holding two different fronts and ferrying these literally defenceless villagers to the other side of the map from where they spawn. And if you don't hold the line in the right place, you've got a good chance of one of them just being picked off. And if you don't hold it correctly, some of your units will get picked off. So, you know, obviously your units dying isn't the end of the world, but it makes your defences weaker and makes it more likely something gets through to the villagers. You know, usual tactics. But yeah. So yeah, anyway, next time we'll go into the Florin Badlands beyond the border. It would appear from the commander in front of it that this will be an Emmerich mission, which is nice. We'll get a new commander. So, I could talk about the differences between commanders forever, but I'll just do that when we get to it next time. So, yeah, thank you all for watching, and as always, have a good one.